business news tonight. A quarter-point cut in interest rates from the Bank of England. Coming up on Business Centre Europe, media mania, EMTV shares gain despite posting losses. Oil giant Royal Dutch Shell reported a 36% jump in profits on the back of soaring world crude prices. 2 people have been confirmed dead and more than 100 people injured following a bomb in the Olympic Centennial Park in Atlanta. The markets this week have just been appalling. We had another down day yesterday, a little bit higher yesterday, had a very tough week all around. We're going to be very optimistic today, though I have to tell you everything's a little bit doom and gloom. Although it ended down on Friday, hurrah, everything's turned around and you may wake up with a little bit of a hangover. Attending farmers' markets can bring an extra revenue stream to farmers and small producers to the tune of £225 million annually. But with costs continuing to rise, many say there will come a point where they're simply not viable. Intertech still make half of their clothes in their own backyard, namely Spain, Portugal and Morocco. The ethos behind this is not only to be able to move quickly with fashion trends, but also to keep a very tight rein on their business. Almost 1 in 10 companies could go out of business in the coming months if trading conditions don't improve. That's according to latest figures from the insurance group Aviva. Many shipping firms are also experiencing a slowdown in the lucrative US market. The summer months usually experience a peak in demand as retailers get set for the back-to-school and US Thanksgiving holidays. However, companies are feeling that pinch in consumer spending. Hello and welcome to this special edition of Paint It Red. I'm Julia Caesar, and in the next half hour, hello and welcome to Prize Shorts, the weekly half-hour showcase of British filmmaking talent. Welcome from Cannes to the show that will travel a million miles for one of those showbiz smiles. I'm Julia Caesar reporting from the world-famous film festival. Hollywood movies count as America's 3rd biggest export. However, the British film industry is one on the verge of commercial suicide. Now, of course, what we need to remember is that not all policies were missold, but certainly if you do feel that you were missold a policy, and now, of course, the banks will be coming to you and saying to you, we believe we may have missold a policy to you, you do have the right to complain and you may stand in line for compensation. Well, the show's just about to start. Backstage, all the final preparations are underway, and out here, we just can't wait to see the girls showing off those fuller figures. These colourful characters are big business, and the licensing of them, putting their images onto mugs, on toys, computer apps or even pyjamas, is worth a staggering £121 billion globally. Students from around the world will be coming here to Fareham to make sure that every time we get onto a plane, our journey will be as smooth and as safe as possible. Every big company out there started with one person, one idea. Why can't that be you or me? Well, Bindi Karia is the startup queen. I've got a kitchen table. How can I set up my own business? More business, lifestyle and technology stories every Wednesday. And next week we're going to be talking all things wax. It's the words that I know you find very hard to say.
I'm sorry, I got it wrong.
But unfortunately it wasn't you that had to say it today.
But it was the boss of Shell.
The chairman of Shell, and this is something that you really don't hear very often, a chairman of a big major blue chip company saying to his shareholders, I did get it wrong, I made a mistake, and I am sorry. Highest level for the FTSE in just over a week. You can see up 32 points, so that's pretty good news. 10 years ago, this kind of lifestyle was something that many Brits could look forward to in retirement. But today, it's quite a different story. Well, this is not Alicante, it's Rhyl in North Wales. Not a million miles away, but it may as well be for Martin, Clive and Sandra's son, because without a tidy pension pot, his retirement could be very different to that of his dad's. Forced to turn their backs on their homes, their families and their lives. All the seats inside this 757 had to be removed to allow the plane to carry 5 times its normal cargo weight. Some climbed the stones, others remained within the hallowed circle as police formed a human barrier on the roadside and around the stones themselves. This is the first time for a decade that the exclusion zone around Stonehenge has been lifted, but rather than seeing a peaceful sunrise for the summer solstice, there have been a number of arrests made and allegations of police brutality. I'm Julia Caesar, and in tonight's show... Please don't call me entertainment for nothing.
Julius Caesar in Hot Pursuit.
Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar.
Never stuck for words.
What was it like to be weightless? What about the rubber suit, George? Tell me about
I'm wearing it right now.
One last thing, can you do the theme tune for us?
I've been doing that bum bum ba-dum, bum bum ba-dum.
In the last quarter, 600,000 people took the train across to France. Well, once all of the cars are actually on the train, it takes just 20 minutes to go through the Channel Tunnel into France. This is the recycling in the rubbish area of the island, and basically what happens is everything is sorted through here, and there's one island in the Maldives where all of the rubbish is taken, the glass is all recycled, and anything else that could be burnt is incinerated down. It was one particular vodka company that put this place on the map by deciding to sponsor this bar. And not only can you get your drinks on the rocks, but literally in them too. Skål! Even in cities as respectable as Bath, a climate of fear has taken over. But then, slowly and surely, the badgers came into view. The next few weeks are going to be crucial to Britain's badger population. After years of research, the Ministry of Agriculture will publish the definitive report into badgers and their role in the spread of TB. 3 million tonnes of freight are carried on our canals every year, but for that to increase, our waterways need to be more accessible. The whole of the London Stock Exchange seems to have come to a standstill. Yesterday we had a surge in the oils and the telecom stocks, and that really did help to keep the market up. It's just knocked the confidence in the market tremendously. They say they think it's about time the 70-foot monstrosities come down. And if they succeed, they'll be achieving what others could only dream of. 70% of the population of St Paul's were born here in the city. Carnival means many different things to many different people, but whatever the problems are in the area, it's still a great chance to meet friends old and new and to let off steam. And maybe that's the thing that hasn't changed much in 30 years. With 1,700 miles of sewers like here in Bristol, cities provide a great environment for rats to reproduce. In fact, one couple can be responsible for up to 1,500 offspring a year. You don't need to speak the language to be thoroughly entertained by such a spectacular performance. Julius Caesar, Channel 1 at the Albert Hall. Convinced her, didn't you, that you were really going to do it well?
Yeah, but you know, I'm very persuasive.
Prepare.
All the way through until I finish.
I thought we could come up with great
Guest of honour tonight. For now, it's bye-bye from the French Riviera. Au revoir! Au revoir!
Good night.
Well, why not? That's what I say. Julius Caesar, Channel 1 at the Empire, Leicester Square.
Your name is not Julius Caesar.
It is Julius Caesar.